That is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that bottom. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So, sticky and horrible. So yeah, yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. How the devil are you all? Hope you're all well. Thank you very much for coming over and joining us for another Sunday lunchtime live with me and the boss, Nikki.
Hello.
Here she is. She's back. So good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all absolutely really well. Hope you had an amazing week, and thank you all for coming over and joining us. I apologise that I wasn't here on Friday evening, but lucky enough, Terry decided or said he would cover for me. So thank you very much, Terry, and don't forget Terry's on tonight as well. So make sure you come over and watch Terry tonight. Nick will stick the link in for Terry in a little while, or as we get towards the end, so that reminds you. So anyway, hashtag week. So as always, every month we do a hashtag week. Last month was 2-piece, so thank you very much to everybody who sent in their 2 pieces of or 2-piece turning. So that was quite interesting to see some different styles and different techniques. And as always, it's your interpretation to the hashtag. It can be as big and glamorous or as small as you want. It doesn't matter on your skill level or how talented you are on the lathe. It's all about taking part, and that's what the hashtags are all about. It's getting you in your workshop and taking part. So don't feel embarrassed at how good or bad your pieces are. Just chuck them in and let's show each other what we can and can't do. So this month's hashtag, as it's Easter, can anybody guess what we're going to go for? Because I bet nobody can guess what we're going to go for. I'm going to give it about 10 seconds or 20 seconds and we'll see. Well, I'll drink my coffee and we'll see if anyone can guess, because I think it's going to confuse a few people what this month's hashtag is. Other than Brian and Terry and the others, they know what it is. So let's be something different. We've done it before. But again, it's your interpretation. It's about the way your mind works and how you want to interpret what we're going to do. So Todd's put egg. Susie's put rabbit. Oh, that'd be interesting. Rabbit. Calm down. Calm down.
Right. Can't read my chat because I didn't move it down yet.
Right. Okay. So everybody's put a rabbit and egg. Right. So all of you are wrong. So snowman. Pete's put snowman. So what it is it's mushroom. What?
Boring.
No, it's not Easter egg. So it's mushroom. So I know it should be Easter egg because obviously it's Easter, but we did that last year, so we want to mix up a little bit. So we decided to go with mushroom. So you can make
a mushroom before.
We have done a mushroom before,
Well,
but
then there you go.
yeah, but it is
So you
what
could
it
have
is.
done an egg.
No, we don't want to do an egg. That's too
Boring.
predictable.
Boring.
So what we're gonna do is mushroom, but let's make it a bit festive and try and make it entertaining. So I've got a chunk of wood on the lathe that I'm going to do my egg with. I printed off some bits on the not the 3D printer, on the laser engraver, but they didn't quite cut out. So I won't get a chance to put those on today. But what we'll do is I will finish it and then I will add it into the video. So, but mushrooms growing in autumn. I agree, Susie. I agree, but don't blame me. I weren't the only one who picked these hashtags, so don't blame me. So anyway, right. So I'm going to get over to the lathe and start roughing this chunk of wood down, and then Nick will welcome you all in.
Sorry, I'm cutting.
She's cutting.
Cutting. So, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So, we've got Wood Wizardry by Colin. We have Norman Greenwell, Roy's the Boy, Pete from Twisted Trees, Joe Garofalo, I think that's how you say it. Dara's on as well. Just knew it. Right, Dara's on as well. Barry's Wood Creations, Doug Miller Wood Spin Around, Chris Dodds, Susie Swiss Wood Turner, Barry with a Y, Brian, no, not Brian, Barry with a Y, Brian with a Y.
Barry with a Y.
Oh. Brian at Heartwood Turning, Mike Evans, Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks, Jennifer's Craft Creations, David J. Heath, the Guildford Carpenter, Wivey Woodshed, Fred Gilliver, Copper Owl Wood Turning. We also have Michael McEwen, William Kenny. It's wobbling well.
It is.
Paul Finley.
I've got to go along slowly because my banjo won't fit underneath the piece of wood. So
your banjo. Ding 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 ding.
calm down, love.
Paul Finley Wood Turning at home. Steve Hale. We also have, I think I said Roger Kent, I can't remember now. Did you lucky? You got 2 shout outs. Lucy Bundy Rose on as well. Andy the Valley Wood Turner Bundy Rose on as well. Obviously, it's time for the kids' nap.
Yeah.
Lucy's put Andy, you outside in the car. Is he supposed to be doing something, Lucy? Rex B, Joe Senior's on. Oh, Duck Joe, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Must be crackers.
Flower, yeah, that'd have been nice. A daffodil, hey Lucy, ready for Easter? Right, I think I might have got everybody. If I didn't, please just put a comment at the bottom and I'll give you a shout out. Like I say, that's sort of jumped down. Oh, Brent Beecroft's on and Benjamin.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Very welcome. So, if I've missed anyone, just
So once we get this round, we'll be okay. But get a bit of. I'm just going to take all the
Barry's Wood Creation. Oh, I did say Barry's Wood Creation.
You said what? You did say Barry. So we're just going to take it nice and slow until we get it round.
Grandpa Jim Wood Turner's on.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good, welcome everybody.
Kev at 9K Creations is on.
Hi, Kev.
Ah, I waited to fool you. Oh, didn't you say is Terry changed his name on YouTube though?
Yes, he has. It's Hecking Crafts, I think. Or Hecking Arts, one of the two.
Oh, hopefully he'll come on and he'll. Pete said he's covering for Mark Tuesday evening.
See, the link's up for that.
Heckington Arts. All right, Terry. Terry can put his link in now. He's in. Benjamin's excited because he's putting his washing on the line. Oh,
Easily,
Amy's
please.
on. Hello, Amy. Hope you're well. Rex said, "What's the wood?"
I was just going to speak then, got a mouthful. I'm not 100% sure. What it is a piece that me and Glyn did when Glyn and Joe came down. Me and Glyn did a vase or a vase, whatever you want to call it. It's got quite this dark colour in it, like it's gone mouldy or a bit of spalten, I suppose you call it.
Ben's handcrafted wood signs is on as well.
Right then, but we couldn't work out exactly what it was. I don't. It's got like the sort of pattern of ash in it, but whether it is ash or not, I'm not 100% sure. But it's with that colour in it, it looks really nice. So once we get that big knobbly bit off of there, we can start getting some.
Benjamin, he needs to invest in one of those wife things to do it for him.
Don't do that, Ben. They're too expensive.
Sidgery Purpson's on as well.
All right, Sid, how you doing, mate? Long time no see. Or hair?
Yeah, I'm usually on it with the washing, but I'm off for 2 weeks, so I've got plenty of time to get it out on the line. It's supposed to be nice for this whole week, hopefully. Chris, but that's a good idea. Some of them could drop vegetables. Pete's just put Terry. It should be Terry at Hegging that, else we'll forget your name.
No, you won't forget Terry.
And make sure we don't forget him. Mr. G's Woods turning is on as well.
Good afternoon.
Oh, Lucy and Andy are off to Lowestoft tomorrow. They're trying to get theirs done before it goes. Kev said 2 weeks, time for some vids then, Nikki. Nope, you got no hope. I
2
have
weeks time for what?
get some videos done. Wood turning. I am having a spring clean. Father-in-law's kindly coming to decorate. I'll say Litlands, but she's going to be 18 in 3 weeks. Oh my god. He's coming to decorate her bedroom, so we've got a bed coming in the week and decluttering her rubbish. Wood dudes on.
Hi Stephen, how you doing?
Who's Heckington Arts again? Just remind me their name.
Some old boy, I think.
Pete's going to just grab a coffee, then he's going to do some more snowmen. I've sat down now. Look, the cabbage ain't getting chopped for the wabbits.
Right, so that's round now. So I'm going to use this bottom part here as the base. The reason being that this is wider and I've taken the bark off there, so the base can be narrower. So let's get a parting tool down there and clean that end up. So let's do that next. It's still a bit damp, this bit of wood. So there's a few little splits in this, but I'm not worried about it too much. But just it being a mushroom, it's supposed to be rough and ready.
Lucy said Andy's managed to tile half the kitchen this week and painted it all.
Well, he's only painted half the kitchen if he's tiled the other half.
Dave Reeves on.
Oh, hi Dave, how you doing?
Is he one of your gentlemen from your club?
Sorry?
Is he one of the gentlemen from your club?
Yeah, Dave. He's the main man at the club, Davis. That's a mangy old bit of wood down the end there. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do that so we can get a tenon on the end there. So we'll measure the size of our tenon, which was 50, well, around about 53, 54 millimeters. So we'll set our calipers for that. And then we'll cut a tenon on this end.
Andy, you need to tell Steve that.
What's that?
Happy wife, happy life.
You are happy. I'm out of the side all the time. How much more happy can you be?
How long have you got? Wood dude said he's making an urn today. What is everyone else making? A mess?
Yeah, a mess I am.
Benjamin Pitty made a sandwich.
I did a video this morning. One that I've been meaning to make for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe.
I did all my housework. Changed the beds. Well, our bed. Casey's not up.
Right, so now we're going to get our calipers. Just roll that on there until we... There we go. It's our tenon size. Just clean that off. So we just make that a little bit bigger because it's quite a big chunk of wood.
The oldest daughter's coming today with a grandpuppy. And her boyfriend. We said he made a bacon sandwich.
Mhm.
We had a quite
Right,
a nice morning yesterday, didn't we?
yeah. Right,
Just
so
the
that's our
two
tenon.
of us.
So that's our tenon. So now we can flip that and get that mounted. The reason I've done a tenon is because this is not the best bit of wood. It's like I've got a few little cracks in the end. So as you can see there, it's just a little bit of a crack in there. But like I said, I'm not going to worry about. Oh, excuse me, that's the coffee. I'm not worrying about it too much because it's a bit of a mushroom, isn't it? It's nothing special.
Brent's loading up for a craft fair.
So that's tenon's a little bit big really, but it's going to have the tail stock up against it, so it should be okay. Barry did a craft fair yesterday. Barry and Roy did a craft fair yesterday.
Rex is doing some pens for the people who have done his radiation treatments for the doctors and nurses. Ruby Claire's on.
Hi Ruby, how you doing? Right, so got that rotated now. So this is going to be our bottom. This is going to be our top. Now we can start getting some shape on what we're going to do.
Michael McKern said he made the effort to get out of bed before 5 a.m. to be here.
Good man. So we're going to put pattern line in there where our base is going to come up. And then we're going to start using this, start shaping that. So I'm going to use a bowl gouge on there to start shaping that. That'll be the head of our mushroom.
Chris Dodd said he was going to change the world, but he made a small bowl instead.
Actually, we'll get rid of that.
Amy said Olivia says hello to everyone. She's laying in my arms watching with me.
Who's that?
Olivia, Amy's little girl.
Oh, hi, Olivia.
Ward Wilson's on.
Hi, Ward.
Roy said, Steve, it wasn't any good.
Oh, right.
Ben said, where did you find this timber, Steve? Bottom of the pond.
It was actually given to me. A load of timber was given to me ages ago. And I sorted it all out and just cut it and put it on the rack. But for things like this, it may end up on the fire pile, yeah. Cut's nice because it's still a bit damp. Get some nice ribbons off of it.
Roy said he did as you did as good as you did at the craft fair.
Yeah, it was rubbish. If Roy can't sell nothing, then there must be an issue. Roy could sell snow to the Eskimos. So just going to rotate that a little bit just to get in there. So I'm using a 3/8 bowl gouge just to shape most of this.
Wesley Hannah's on.
Hi, Wesley.
Roy put, you know it, Steve.
Yeah, I do know, yeah. Right, so what I'm going to do is because I don't want the dome of the mushroom to be perfectly round and flat, I'm going to off-center that just a little tiny bit. So the actual head of the mushroom has got a slight little tilt to it. So I'm just going to move that over a little tiny bit, not a lot, only about 10 mil.
Barry said he sold a couple of pieces.
It's like anything, it's the luck of the draw where you are at the time, and it's just one of those things. Right, so we're going to run that low to start with. It's making the old lathe jump a little bit. So we're just going to get our line to start with. And we'll take out a bit where the stem's going to be.
He said he's back. Slight delay as he had to explain to the cat the woman-shaped cushion will be home tomorrow. Our cat will now spend most of its day on the dining chair scenes as its arch enemies coming. She does not like the dog. She's not used to sharing, is she not now?
No.
James Cassidy's on.
Hi, James. So we're going to get a rough shape how we want it, and then we can refine it.
Paul Finley would turn at home's on. I don't know if I'll give him a shout.
I thought.
Ward said there's an indoor craft fair every weekend a mile from his house. He alternates with another person, so he has an outlet for all his stuff. Good enough.
It is good. So just speed up a little tiny bit.
TF Turnan's on.
Hi, Tim. How you doing? I don't like push cuts. It's a bit weak. Hand soaked.
Roy said, Steve, I watched your OBS videos last night.
Watch what, sorry?
Your OBS videos?
OBS.
Oh, yeah. Pete said one of the scariest jobs he did on the lathe was a 2-2-4 mushrooms to go at the end of the driveway so they would be hit before the stone wall. Problem is they stay heavy on the lathe all the time.
Can imagine 2 foot. That's a big mushroom. So let's get rid of this. So we just take away some of this in here. I'm just trying to get a rough shape with this bowl gouge, and then I'll transfer to a spindle gouge once I get a rough shape. It's a lot of shavings on the floor.
Oh, so Terry's put his link in for the live tonight. Brian said no live from him Monday. It's a 360 Club demo evening.
Mm-hmm. It is. Let's have a look at that. That's a nasty bit of wood, isn't it? Nasty. I like the colour in it though. It's a nasty bit of wood, but I like the colour in it.
Be able to have it in
So
the garden or not?
what?
Be able to have it in the garden.
You can do whatever you like with it, love. When it's finished.
I ain't going on the fireplace. It's a bit big to go on the fireplace.
We're just going to undercut that a little tiny bit. Around that.
Yep, top and carrots. Just only because the rabbits really needed some.
Right, so let's just get a spindle gouge and gently undercut this a little bit.
I am a beginner, Roy. Trying to get veg into Steve is a nightmare. He wants everything with chips at the minute. Don't you, mate? So what's everyone having for their lunch or tea today? We're having steak and all the trimmings.
I'm just trying to get a little bit of an undercut underneath that rim. Just so it looks more like a mushroom.
So Susie's got a question. She said, if you were to offset it now a bit more, would the stem, and thus the mushroom, get a more leaning angle?
It would, but once I shape this, the dome part, then I'm going to put it back to where it was, and I don't want to lean in a massive amount, just enough to make it look like it's not. I don't want it perfectly parallel. So I'm going to turn the top half of the center stem, and then I'll blend in the lower part to it.
He don't mind veg, Lucy. It's just every time, like, so I had a roast chicken in the week. I said, oh, well, roast chicken and potatoes and, oh, can't we have chicken and chips? Dara's having a barbecue. Brian's having roast chicken with roast sprouts and carrots.
Nice. So there's a nasty knot in there. That's why it's causing issues when I get to the top there, where it's jumping a little bit, got a little bit of vibration.
Andy's put, we're having snake and pygmy pie.
Who's that?
Andy. Pete said as he's late, he'll do a 2-part mushroom. Barry's just had roast chicken dinner.
Who has?
Barry's Wood Creations.
Just
Steve don't like sweet potatoes.
No,
Vegetable chips.
I'm just going to sharpen that gouge up a little bit. Being wet, so took the edge off of that. Quite quick. Oh, come on. God, the shavings everywhere. Got a foot of shavings on the floor. Right.
Amy's had chicken 2-minute noodles with grated cheese.
Who's that?
Amy. Pete said he might have boiled duck eggs for dinner. Roy's having salmon, new spuds, runner beans, and sweet corn.
Cool, there they have a
Sounds
half
nice.
live, eh? Tell Roy's posh.
Susie said this wood has very beautiful grain and colour.
Yeah, it's got some nice colour in it. It's just a shame it's a bit split.
Ward said he was asked to make 2 dozen acrylic seam rippers for a local quilting shop. He wasn't ready for the smell.
Alright, so that's about as thin as I'm going to go on that top part. So I just want to try and refine in there just a little tiny bit. I have to go left-handed, I think.
You've been practicing, didn't you?
Hey?
Said you've been practicing.
Not really, no.
Oh, that was fun.
That was uncomfortable, turning that left-handed. Right, so we have got that slightly undercut in there now, so just clean it up a little bit. Coming in this way.
Red Gulliver's got to go.
See you later, Fred. Thanks for coming over.
Roy said he was treating himself after yesterday's bad day.
Right, so that's undercut enough. So we're just going to refine this, just clean this up a little bit.
Terry's now changed it to Terry at Hatington Arts. So we don't forget who he is.
So just take a little fine cut off the top of this, just to lower this down a little bit.
Oh, God.
Like that.
Oh.
So we'll just take some of this out of here. So I just want this to gently break through. So I'll just get a little 1/4 inch spindle gouge just to finish that off. It's breaking out more than it's actually cutting, but there you go. So we'll remove that, just finish that off a little bit. A little bit of tear out on there. I think the because it's a bit moist, just tearing out a little bit.
You like that word, don't you?
Moist, I like moist. Can't beat a nice moist sandwich or a nice moist bread roll. So like I said, I've got a few cracks in there, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. So while I've got it in that orientation before I move it back, I'm going to sand that, because if not, that'll be a bit of a pain to sand when it's off back to it, because it'll be wobbling about a little bit. So
Shop
let's
Dog
just.
Workshop's on.
All right, Mark, how you doing? So let's just
He
gently
said,
sand that.
I'm late in. I had a list from the missus. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Always, Mark.
Yeah, but you just screw mine up or lose them conveniently.
They're good for lighting the fire in the garage. I take everything on board that you tell me.
Mm.
All right, so we're just going to get inside there with a bit of Abranet. We'll just do in there as well with a little bit, because we're going to try and keep that as sort of shape it is. So we'll just go up the grits quickly. So a bit of 120.
Susie's got a question. She said, what finish will you use on the mushroom? Oil, wax, or colour?
Well, actually, I'm going to colour the top. I'm going to do the top red with white and yellow spots on it.
Dr.
And
Bob's on?
oh, Dr. Bob. And I'm going to try and colour it and make it look a bit more like a proper mushroom. So hopefully it's going to look a bit more interesting. And once it's all done, I will lacquer it, I think, if that's going to go outside. We'll put some varnish on it anyway. Some exterior varnish.
Or you could get some messages from Roy. He's
Right.
planning on setting his cameras up this week.
Okay. I don't mind helping anybody.
You don't help me.
So 180. So I'm only going to go up to 240 on this. I'm not going to take it up to 400. Don't need to take it to 400 because we're going to Solar paint over it anyway. So that's 240 on there. I should drink my coffee really, shouldn't I, before it goes cold? I'll just finish this and I'll have a swig of my coffee. So 240. Most important thing when you do your cameras is if you got more than 5 meters, well, don't go your cables longer than 5 meters because the voltage drops every meter you go on your camcorder on your wire. The voltage drops, and a camcorder needs 5 volts to give you a good feed. So obviously, the closer you can keep it to your machine, the better. If you're going to go 5 meters, then use a powered hub to help boost it. So it's there's a few things you can do to help yourself. Right.
Grandpa Jim said I use colour and then spar varnish for use outside in the garden.
Yeah, I think that might look nice in the garden actually. So we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Right, so I'm now going to put this back where it was. So I'm going to loosen off my chuck and move it back where it was. Now I don't want, this is not going to be major amount eccentric, but just enough, so it's got a little tiny, just tiny little tiny lean on it. Look, it's not a massive amount. You can just see it's got a little tiny lean on it. But what we've got to be careful of now, obviously, this is going to knock it all out of weight or out of balance. So we just need to make sure that we set our speed to correspond, that it's not going to, one, snap off in here, and two, break off the tendon and come flying off. So now we can start to shape our bottom part. I don't need to take a massive amount off of that, but we'll use the bowl gouge, spindle gouge, just to remove some of that. So as you can see, a little bit out of shape. So just going to increase the speed a little bit. I'm just going to get this back round before I go too far, and then we can start shaping in from the middle somewhere.
Roy said, Steve, is that a USB powered hub?
Yes, it is. Anything over 5 meters, you really need a USB powered hub. But then you don't want to go massive amount over it anyway. You want to try and keep the cameras as close to the machine as you can get. Be interesting to see what this wood stained like it is. So we're just going to gently bring this edge in. Oops. Obviously where the offset bit is going to come into this bit, we're going to end up with some funny shapes. So we might just have to sand that by hand just to sort of get that so that feathers in a little bit better. Now I want to create a bit of a bulbous bit down the bottom here because I want to put a little door on it so it looks like there's a door going into the mushroom even.
Susie said you're wearing a face shield because this mushroom's very wobbly.
Who said that?
Susie.
Not gonna be all right. I haven't got a face shield on because I'm talking to you guys.
Dr. Bob said if you embed a small glass floater candle in the top, you could create a safe smoking mushroom, a flashback to the past. Roy said Steve hasn't come loose.
Who said that?
Roy.
No, it's not come loose. This is off center. This is why this is wobbling. We turned it off center.
That's what Susie said. It's because
Yeah.
the top was turned off center.
Yeah, it's because it's turned off center. It's not loose. Right, let's have a look where it's blending in. Right, so we need to gently try and feather this over a little bit to blend that in a little bit better. So some gentle passes just to feather that in a little bit better. Actually, I might make that stem so straight. I think that'd look better if that stem was straight. Yeah, it'll look better actually like that. So let's just get rid of that little tiny overburden we've got in there. That's it. So now we can start getting some shape on this. So just a little bulbous bowl on the bottom here. Gouge is blunt again.
Come and sharpen it for you.
Yeah, you come and sharpen my gouge for me. It's because the wood is very,
Like,
I don't
that
know.
will be a big fat no.
I'll end up with half a gouge less, won't I? So just sharpen this up for the last couple of cuts.
Clint at Wood Dances is on.
All right, Clint, how you
An
doing, bud?
Easter mushroom. There's fungus among us. Sorry, I'm late. My kid's grandmother. Oh, it's a shame. Grandmother passed this morning, making sure my father and
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
ex-father-in-law
that.
is okay.
Sorry to hear that. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, look at that. Amazing what a sharp gouge will do.
JP Woodworks on.
Hi, Jamie, how you doing, bud?
Dara said it's easy, Nikki.
Right, so
No,
just
that's not in my job description, I'm afraid.
not in your job description. Just put a little bit of a
Still
shape on
waiting
it.
for my contract.
What
And job
contract's that?
description from you.
For what?
My job I have to do.
Oh, when you do it, not here half the time. You keep clearing off.
Can't help it. I'm needed elsewhere.
Right, so let's get a little bit of shape on there. Right, that'll do. So we've got just sand that now. So we'll get the sand and pad in as far as we can get, and we'll have to do the rest by hand.
Doug Miller's got to go. He said I'll catch you later. Looking good there, Steve.
See you later, Doug. Thanks for coming over, mate. Actually, I'll use a Abra now. I think it'd be easier, be safer than trying to get that in there. So just run this in. Like I say, this is slightly green, this wood anyway, so it's not going to sound perfect. We've just got a little bit of a furry bit in there that I need to clean out. So just move the spindle gouge back in there just to clean that little bit out in there. Let's have a look. That's better. So I'm just going to put that in there by hand and clean that out so I can see what I'm doing. It's better. All right, so now we can sand it up properly. Just getting tight in these corners. Let's say we're using a 80 grit just to remove any marks, and then we'll grab the grits.
JP said find out the pay and health benefits before taking the job
I can't
first.
hear you. I didn't hear a word of that.
JP said find out the pay and health benefits before taking the job, Nikki. Shop Dog Workshop said he's listening in. He's reprofiling a few gouges from 45 to 55.
I tried putting mine to 50 and I couldn't get on with them, so I put them all back. 120. So again, I'm going to take this up to 240. I'm not going to take it any higher than that. See you, Dara.
Take care, Dara.
Last one, 240. Right, so that's up to 240 grit. So what I'm going
Lucy
to do
said
is
she should be sorting and packing.
get on with it, Lucy. Get on with it. I'm just going to put a burn line in between there and the bottom of the mushroom head because I don't want the colours blending through. Oops. So we're going to put a mush burn line in there, and we're going to try and get one in there. Whether we
Oh, I
will.
can't stop yawning. Sorry, guys. Oh.
Yeah, I think that'll be okay. So now to get some colour on it. So because we're going to paint it, actually, I might do that bit yellow, honey, and this bit earth with a bit of green on it.
Lucy
And
said
then,
she'd rather watch you than pack.
oh, thank you, Lucy. So let's get some intrinsics out and do the stem. Oh, excuse me.
I
Do the
like that.
stem.
Are you keeping that bottom bit on? I bet you.
Oh yeah, it's got to have a foot on it, ain't you? Oh,
Dr. Bob said today's turning brings back a good turning commission. From 30 years ago, he turned 46 mushrooms, about the same size for a client's garden.
oh,
They were fitted with lights around his garden centre. Benjamin's asked, has it moved the chuck?
No, it's still tight in the chuck. It's not moved at all. So put some gloves on. Right, so we want some honey.
Oh, honey on toast. Oh, you didn't mean like that, did you?
Food. That's all she thinks about is food. I thought she was never
Says
fed.
you.
Right, get a little pot.
No, I'm not filling that with water. Do it yourself.
Oh, I don't want water.
I don't get paid enough for that.
I'll double your pay if you get me water. Right, so a bit of yellow first. And a brush. Actually, that brush looks perfect for that job. So a brush, so we're going to give this coat of yellow. Or honey, should we say, not yellow, honey. God almighty. I can feel the draft every time you yawn.
Shut up. Well, he said he woke up at 5 and went back to sleep. I was awake, stupid cat. Well, because Steve was snoring, I slept on the sofa. The cat kept meowing because she wanted to go out. Lucy said honeycomb on toast is nice. I've not heard that. JP said, Lucy, if you're going backpacking, it shouldn't take long. Just step in a bag and zip it up. Job done.
Lucy'd fit in a backpack, wouldn't she?
Oh, you don't be sizest.
Sizest. You can't be anything this nowadays.
Yeah, no comments.
Alright, so that's the yellow. So we just leave that to dry. That's about as I don't want to go much darker than that, to be honest. So I'll pour what's left back in the tub. We won't waste it. We won't save the planet. We'll save the Hampshire Sheen. I'll just wash this out, brush out in my water. Oh, I ain't got any, so I can't.
Shame.
So we'll do the bottom.
You need a different assistant.
I think the bottom will have a bit of green and a bit of brown on there. So earth and forest green, pear green, and earth. So we'll get some more brushes. So we'll go for a bit of earth first. I'm not going to put a massive amount of this on because it's quite a dark. Well, it's a bit too dark, really, I think. But just sort of splash it about, and then we'll blend it with some sand and sealer. Can't really see, can you? Put you on a camera, you can see it help. Lay back.
Need to change camera.
Just done it. So there's the. Can you get me some water, please?
No. I mean, I need a wee.
Oh, that's grim, that is. About half full, please. So now we'll go for a bit darker. So the forest green. Oh, it's not clogged up. Trouble you don't use it for a long time. A little spot in there. So we're trying to get some of this close to the mushroom. Thank you. Thank you. So hopefully we've put in the sand and sealer on, we can sort of blend this in a little bit better. Actually putting them like that, look, makes it look like blades of grass.
Well, now you're just being too fancy. Got this blinking headache. It will not go.
So we'll just get a little bit of tissue and wash it off. Right, so we're just going to do a little bit of hair now. We'll just pour a bit in the bottom of our
Now what are you
pot.
doing? Mushrooms? Mushrooms or pears?
Mushrooms. So just bring that in, bring it a bit closer to our bit. Let's get that line around the edge here. Quite like this brush actually, it's quite a nice brush. So just trying to fill in the gaps we've got left really with the pear green.
We said camouflaged. That does
Yeah,
look camouflaged.
that was a bit heavy, Steve. I suppose this brush is so porous it just soaks up as soon as you touch anything. Actually, I quite like that. Just put a little bit of pear in there, just try and take it over the edge a little bit. Right, so what we'll do is we will just dry that off a little bit. And then we've got to decide what we're doing with the top half. Because I want a vibrant red, I'm going to paint. Actually, I could use those acrylic calligraphy colours because that's a no. Because if I use that, then I can't put. Oh, could I put white splodges on?
Len said, Steve, how big is the mushroom?
Right, okay. The mushroom is. Oh, I don't know what my tape measure is.
He
Is there a
hasn't got
tape
it
measure in
in
there?
front of you. You've got a million blinking tape measures and you can't find one.
So it's
You've got one.
220 mil long, and the widest point, which is the head, is 155 millimeters across. So I'm going to do. I want to feather black into the bottom of that, and I want to feather a bit of black in along this edge here. I want this bright red, so bright red is going to be a paint, so let's paint that. So I need to seal it all now so that I can paint it, because obviously we put a stain on before sealing, we put a paint on after sealing. So let's get some spray sand and sealer. Let's get rid of these brushes, put them in the water. Away. So we're going to mask up our chuck so we don't get everything covered in paint and sealer and everything else. Put a cloth over our lathe to protect that. Traction on. See you later, Amy. So actually we're just going to dry that because that's still a bit wet. So let's just quickly dry that quickly.
Yeah, it looked nice, Dr. Bobby, but you should install some small LED lights under the cape with either a remote control or an optical sensor. Bye, Amy.
Because the wood is still quite damp. It's taking a while to dry. We don't want to get it too hot too quick, so we've just got warm air blowing over it. If we dry it too quick, that'll crack. So see, they're still quite wet there. So that'll do, I think. So we're just going to give it a coat of sand and sealer. Quite porous that, so soaking it up like a sponge is. Put a little bit on the bottom there just to protect that bottom, I reckon, as well. So a little bit under that rim. Because everything else, all the other colours we put on it now are going to be a paint. So we need to seal it well. So we'll dry that off. Alright, so one more coat on the top here. Quickly dry that off. Then we need to find a nice bright red paint to go over the top of that.
Got mushroom red.
Russian red.
Mushroom.
Is it such a colour as mushroom red?
Yeah, did you know? You don't know a lot, do you?
Right, so let's find some acrylic paints out. Let's have a look in this tub here. On out of the cupboard. So we have, what we got here? That's a red, that's near enough, I think. A little bit of a darker red there. Actually, that might be a better colour. So we've got a bit of red there. These are just an acrylic paint I got from the range. As always, the range, good old range. So we'll put a bit of that in there. Get our brush. Do, 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 do. All right, so let's give us a coat of paint. I'm going to try and still see some of the grain through it as well, so that'd be nice.
Christina Michael Heseltine's on.
Hi, Christina Michael. I hope you're both
She
well.
said, "Shame to cover the colours in the wood. Looks great."
Yeah, but hopefully we can still see a bit of the grain through it. Just going to brush that so it just goes over that edge because I want a bit of black underneath there. So just dry that off and then we'll maybe put another coat over
Colin said it's not a mushroom with a red top, it's a toadstool.
that. You lot are just so picky.
Yeah, I think you should have left it the colour it was.
Right, so that's dry. Give that another coat because it's a bit patchy. So we just give that another coat. So, ooh, cool. That was a good shot, Steve. Just squeeze that out there and I went shooting into the pot.
But you couldn't do it again.
Most probably not, no. So just brush that over the edge. Good thing is you can still see some of the grain through that, so we're not covered all the grain up. So that'll do that.
Shop dog's got to go.
See you later, Mark. Thanks for coming over. So what a black now. There's the black. So I want a bit of black to go on the underside of that. Get rid of that pot. So that can be drying while we're doing this. So put a bit of black in there. So with the black, I'm going to do the underside and a bit round there black. On a big brush again.
Pete put hooray out of stock of 4mm eyelets. No more snowmen until next March.
You love them, Pete. You love doing them. Right, so black. Black on the underside. You ain't going to be able to see while I'm doing this, but trust me,
Well, not good enough.
it's black.
Dr. Bob said he agrees with me. I would have sanded the red back and left the red in the grain as a highlight. Don't listen to me though, Bob.
Ouch! That hurt.
It's karma, that is.
Sorry, did you say so? I actually didn't hear you say that, to be honest. But never mind.
He did.
I heard you say it
Just
just
going to
then.
ignore you.
Oh,
I'm going to
sugar.
ignore you because you always do.
Oh, my heart bleeds. So that'll do. So we've got, so it looks like the bits are coming out. So I just want to put a few of them little stripy bits. Oh, sugar, not like that though. Hard.
Steve, nice painting. Bedroom next, lol. Said Barry's Wood Creations.
No Barry. No Barry.
Kev
Don't
said Steve has broke his compressor, no airbrushing. No, he's got his dad to do it. He does not paint unless he really has to.
Can't believe I just did that.
We did sort of drop a bit of a bombshell, didn't we? He came and we went, we would also like our bedroom do. He said, I am super busy at the moment. I said, oh, we don't mind waiting.
Good job, really. I'm just going to
It's
put
a
a little
bit
bit
bigger
of.
of a job though, isn't it, mate?
What's that?
Our bedroom.
Yeah, just a little bit. So I just want to try and get a bit in there. And just brush that up gently.
Wesley Hannah's got to go.
See you later, Wesley. Thanks for coming
Later.
over.
Adrian Olsen's on.
Well, Adrian, how you doing, mate?
So just in from the workshop, what's occurring? It's hashtag mushroom week. 2 weeks.
Yeah, hashtag week, but for 2 weeks. I'm just trying to ram that into where the green is not the best. So I want that all black along there. That'll do. So, I think other than the bit of white, we're not far off. So a bit of white now. White. There it is. Peeking from the underneath the yellow. So we're just going to double dry, make sure that's all dry. And we're going to just make sure the red's perfectly dry. Keeping you up, are we?
Yeah.
That's dry. Oh, Jesus. So just
Too
some
much
white.
stuff in there?
No, it's just not putting it right back properly and falling off the blooming shelf. Not shelf, the bracket. Right, so we want some splodges now. So we want quite a round brush. That'll do. So some white spots.
Adrian just started. Is it going to be a white spotty one?
Oh, look at that. Just in time, Adrian.
Terry, if he's still on, do you want to put your link in again for tomorrow?
No, tonight.
Tonight even. Guess who's just arrived?
So I've been deserted now. Oh, sugar. The dog is here. Hello, Mabel.
Hello. Oh, what? They're very precise spots. Go in the garden. Oh, hello. Now we've got some treats. This is you go say hello. Oh, you go say hello. You go say hello. I'm sure they'd much rather see the puppy.
I'll show him the puppy in a minute when I just finish this.
Oh, Hey, she's so good, didn't you, baby? Hey? Hey? So I got a new harness, Grandad. Look. It's like all posh. Look. It's like Grandad. Look. Say hello, Grandad.
The old tail's going 90 to a dozen.
Oh, you tell him. Tell him. Look at all that sawdust. You'd have Happy Day in there, wouldn't you? Hey? Oh. That's a big girl. You saying hello? Are you saying hello to everybody? Are you? Are you? Oh, you saying hello? Oh, naughty baby, aren't we? Oh. So stinky, Grandad. Oh, Lynn's got to go.
See you later, Lynn. Thanks for coming over.
What? Sorry? Oh, she's cooking, is she?
I think that's about it. Don't want too many on there.
Dad's going to show him on the camera. They can all see our fair baby.
Right, so we'll let that dry, and then what I'll do is I'll give that a coat of lacquer.
No, it's not my puppy, or it's my daughter's.
Right.
She comes for visits to Nanny house, don't you, hey?
So we're going to leave that like that. We're going to let that dry, and then I will lacquer that, and then I will show you
Let's rub all the fleas off.
that once it's all done. But
She's like, that was good.
I've actually done these on the laser engraver, which I will cut one out and put on, depending on the size that I want. So I'll just cut which one I want out. For some reason, the laser engraver didn't cut them out properly, but yeah. So I did those that I'll put on there just to show you, and I will get that finished and put a picture up on social media while and then I will add that to the hashtag week like everybody else's. Right, so let's show everybody this dog then.
Go on, Chloe. You got to go in there.
So
I ain't a dog, Steve. That's wood.
So here's the baby. Look, got to bring her close. So this is Mabel. Hello, Mabel. You right, baby? So this is my daughter's baby. She is 12 weeks old. 14 weeks old. So there you go. Everybody wants to see the dog. Hello, baby.
I'll come up
Got to play my sawdust. Right, so we're going to go. Thank you very much for everybody coming over. As always, it's your interpretation of the hashtag week. And don't forget, can you send me the pictures by... Let's have a look at the date. Nick, if you're talking, take your heads off.
I'm not. I'm listening.
All right, okay. So if you can get the pictures over to me by Friday the 14th, then I will enter them into a montage and show everybody's work. So as always, guys, like I said, it's your interpretation. Yeah, guess the number of the dots. That'd be a good competition. So yeah, so again, it's your interpretation. Whether you want to do just a plain wood one, or whether you want to colour it, or whether you want to make it a bit more interesting, it's totally up to you. So anyway, get the pictures over to me, skcrafts@btnet.com. Obviously, that'll be announced throughout the next couple of weeks. So please take part, and always send over your pieces. They're always quite entertaining and quite good. Question: They are cool, Steve. What laser have you? I've got the laser I've got is the 1318. So yeah, it's all right. It's a good little laser. Right. So thank you very much, gentlemen, or ladies and gentlemen, should I say? Other than that, have a great week.
Sexist now. Sizist earlier, and now you're being sexist.
Yeah, well, can't be perfect. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming over. Hope you've enjoyed. Speak to you soon. Take care and see you later. Bye.
Bye.